What is going on, guys? I am out here braving the Saturday before Christmas crowds at Lowe's just to show you guys some great last minute deals to snatch up some stuff for yourself or other people in your life that you just love so much you want to get them a great Christmas present. And I'm doing it because I just like you guys so much. So, guys, we're going to run through Lowe's here real quick, and we're just going to hit a few different areas. I'm going to show you a few little things that are really good deals right now, some stuff that I have used myself and I really like it, and I think you will too. We'll go ahead and start out right back here in the back. For $8.98, you've got a really nice gold oxide Craftsman set of bits right here. This is a 14 piece, and of course Craftsman is the same as DeWalt because Black & Decker owns them both. You do get the nice clear lid, the tough case. The cases are exactly the same as the DeWalt cases. They're just red instead of yellow. They lock up real good. These are not 1/4 inch hex on the bottom. They're just standard, so you're going to have to put it in a chuck on a drill. But that's a nice little set of bits for $8.98. And then if we pop down here to a couple of the Craftsman bit sets, there's one for $8.98. That is a 47 piece. It's got a lot of really good stuff in there. It does come in the good case. It does have the mobile system like DeWalt uses, so you can pull these things out and adjust them, you know, move them up or down around, lay out this case the way you want it. You do have a couple of nut drivers down there. They are not magnetic, but there are a couple of nut drivers. But then on this kit here for $9.98, these nut drivers are magnetic, but you don't have nearly the amount of pieces. You're only 24 piece on that set. Now the reason I started over here in this section, this is back here where all the multi-bit sets are. I wanted to show you guys the brand new DeWalt case that just hit the market on Friday, but they do not have it at this Lowe's. I might actually head to another Lowe's and just do a quick video on it later on, you know, just a couple of minutes to show you the new case. It is really nice. It's a small parts case, but it's not a double-sided like this one. You know, I've done a video on this case before, and I really like this case. This is a good one to have. You've got your double compartments. You can adjust it and lay it out however you want it. But this new case it's made out of the stuff, you know, like these clear lids are. So you've got your clear lid so you can see through there. It's a real thin case. It's probably thinner than these. And it's made really good and tough. You know, they call that the tough case system. And it's really mobile as far as laying it out the way you want it. You can even take all the stuff out of the center of it to where there's no dividers whatsoever and use the whole case as one big case to put something in. If you had a specific, you know, tool or some kind of like a, you know, your ECM motor testing harness that you wanted to store in there and protect it. So maybe I'll try to do a video on that later because it is a really nice case and it's brand new. It just hit the market, but this is where it's going to be right back here. It's going to be hanging right here with these, and it's only $6.98. I was very surprised. I had them price check it because I didn't think that would be right. I figured that would be, you know, more like a $10 or $11 case. But this is where you're going to be looking for it. So keep an eye out for that new DeWalt case with the clear lid. All right, you guys, we're going to head on up through the store here. All right, you guys, now we're over here with all the Christmas stuff. We have a DeWalt set right here. This is a 2-pack. You've got 82 pieces, and right now that's $14.98. You know, if you divide that up, you know, you're basically looking at $7.50 per box. And those are really nice boxes. They are the clear lids. You get the other small box that goes inside of this one, so that's nice because you can just pull that out of there, throw it in a tool bag. You can put your odds and ends in there, and you do have two nice magnetic 1/4 and 5/16 there, and a magnetic for all your 1-inch bits. So for $7.50 per case, that's not too bad. Another fairly decent deal there. Now let's head on around here, see what else we can find. Some of this stuff is also with the Christmas stuff, but it's sort of spread out throughout the store also. So like right up here, if you like your little mini screwdrivers and the individual kind, not multi-tips, the Lennox has those for $9.98 in a nice little set. That's got all the little Phillips flatheads and stuff like that. They also have that over there with the Christmas stuff. So that's not a bad deal on those if you like the individual style of screwdrivers. You know, if you like this style of screwdriver that has the multi-tips inside of there, this is the little one that I showed in a video the other day with the Craftsman 6-in-1. This comes with it basically for free. It was $5.98 for both of those screwdrivers. This is $2.98 just by itself. But that's the kind that's made like a little pin. It's got a clip on it and you stick it in your pocket, and that's actually pretty well made. That's not cheap filling plastic. Pretty good stuff. All right, you guys, we're going to move on over to some of the Christmas stuff. All right, you guys, so here we are out in the center aisles with the Christmas stuff. We're over here in the Bosch area, and right here is one of the best damn kits that you can find. Now, compared to some of the other prices, that's high, you know, 15 bucks. But a lot of those other kits, when you get them for $7.98 or $8.98, $9.98, they're filled with a lot of fluff, you know, just a lot of fillers, just to kind of take up space and make you think you're getting something. And some of it's useless, you know, some of it's they're just doubling up on the bits and give you 3 or 4 of the same one. But this freaking case is laid out nice, really nice. And in my opinion, Bosch has the best bit retention system on the market because of the way they clip in. There's a clip over here on this right hand side. You pull back on that with your finger, this easily lifts up, and then there's a latch over here and it just pulls right out. So you can just move these wherever you want them. You just insert it back on the left hand side and you push down and it clicks into place. The DeWalt boxes, either they fit so tight you can't get the dang things back out to move them around, or they're so loose when you close the lid everything just falls out. So it's somewhat annoying, but DeWalt is getting a little better with it. But this is the older style case. You don't get the clear lid, but this is the one that was really, really tough. All these corners have this rubber over molding that goes up over the case. This thing will freaking take a lick and still be okay. It's not going to smash to pieces. They did switch over to the clear lids, but the thing that they did, they made the clear lid much more narrow. So when you close the thing, you know, it feels really good in your hand. It's a lot thinner than these older boxes, but there's no bit retention in the lid like DeWalt has. So the lid is totally useless on the new boxes. You can only put bits over here. So if you're just in love with clear lids, I guess that's okay, but I would rather have this older style box with bits on both sides. And of course you get the little box right here with the nice little clip. You can put your odds and ends in there. That'll just pull out. You can stick that in your pocket or a tool bag and take the stuff that's in there with you. And you get some really nice nut drivers. These are magnetic. You got 1/4, 5/16, and 3/8. Those are pretty darn good. I've been using those for a couple of weeks and they are nice. The magnets are not quite as strong as the DeWalt, but they're pretty darn good. And then you've got a magnetic here for your 1-inch bits, and you do get quite a few of your 2-inch bits. And you're getting all your Phillips flathead square bits, the Torx, and usually with most sets the Torx only go down to a 20, but this one you're actually going down to a 15. And that's another thing I like about their bits. If you have used DeWalt bits, they just stamp the size in that black material, and my God, you got to have superhuman vision to be able to see that. Even with a magnifying glass you can't hardly see it, but these are stamped so nice. I mean, it's just so clear. All this excuse me, it's all impact ready. So these are really good bits in a really, really good package. Nice case, this little case. So for just an all-in-one case, if you just want one case, that's the way to go. Don't skimp and try to get the one for $8. Just go ahead and pay 15 bucks for it. and get a really, really good setup there. So that's the Bosch 40-piece set. All right, let's go see what else we can find. All right, guys, so now we're over here in all the Cobalt stuff. We got a few good things over here, and again, some of this stuff it's kind of scattered around in the store. This particular store has a couple of tables set up over here with gift ideas like under $10 and under $20. But this set of scissors, these are not bad here for $5.98. Just something to keep around the house. They're a little tougher than regular scissors. They're pretty sharp, so that's not bad for a little idea. If you know you got a wife or a girlfriend that's crafty and she likes to have plenty of scissors, there's your good idea. But the main thing I want to focus on is this little jewel right here. This is it. This is the cream of the crop. If you don't get anything else from this video, get this right here. That thing is usually like 20 bucks. Sometimes they'll have it for 16. Every now and then it comes down to 14. They did have it for 12 and now it's $9.98. I would grab 2 or 3 of these guys. This is in a really, really nice case. It's tough. It locks really good. You're not going to have any kind of problem with that thing falling open and spilling everywhere. Everything is retained inside of there. You can shake it around, you can bang it, and this stuff isn't going to get all discombobulated and mixed up and fly all over the place. And this is the same as the little wrench that I've showed in a lot of my videos. That is the VIM Tools wrench that you get on Amazon. And it's like $15 just for the wrench, but it's made in Taiwan. And guys, just like everything else, there's cheap stuff made in Taiwan, and then there's really good high quality. And this is high quality stuff right here. Okay, this is a fantastic little set. So you're getting this little wrench, and this thing is nice. It's not quite as good as the VIM, but hell, guys, for $9.98 to get everything in one convenient little kit that you can throw in a pocket, throw in a glove box. You know, if you ride motorcycles or four-wheelers, you can keep one of these in your toolkit. This is highly polished, good quality stuff, forward and reverse. You have a 5/16 side that they used to have a 1/4-inch socket adapter that snapped into that, and that's what you use the 5/16 side for. Now they've changed that to where it's a 1/4 inch, so it goes in the other end. So the 5/16 end is just going to be really good for super low profile, getting into tight spots, because look how narrow that is. You can really get into some tight places, like if your indoor unit's in a closet and the screws going down the right hand side of the unit are kind of up against the door jamb, you can't get in there, you can get them out with that. But the 1/4 inch side is doing all the magic over here on this one. So it's going to hold any 1/4 inch hex. You're going to be able to put the 1-inch bits in there. You could put a 6-inch extension in there and snap bits into that and get way deep back into, you know, your gas furnace compartment. If you're working on a car, a heater compartment, on a heat pump back in the electric heat. So you're going to have endless possibilities with any kind of 1/4 inch hex. And you've got a really good layout there. Plenty of bits, all the Phillips flathead square bits, all your Torx bits, and it goes down really low. I think there's a 10 right there. It goes all the way down to a 10. And then you do have your standards and your metrics, your most used bits there, or your sockets, I mean, and they are color coded, which is really nice. I mean, this is a quality set, guys. This thing's got some weight to it. It's small, but it's heavy. Color coded blue there, and then your color coded red over here. And see, they're in there tight. I can't hardly pull them out with one hand, but there we go. You got your red over here for your standards. So it's everything's fitting in there good and tight. It's not going to go flying around on you. And then right here is what adapts this thing to work with the sockets. So if I can do this one-handed here, it's snaps in really good and tight. Your sockets are going to go on here. This is what I'm taking with me whenever I do a blower motor. This is going to break the feet loose off of the blower assembly. It's going to get your blower motor out of there. It's going to get your strap, your belly band off of there and back on. So this is kind of like my little blower motor kit. I take this up on rooftops with me for package units because it just takes up no room whatsoever. You know, if you're carrying a Vito pack, then that thing is just going to fit right in one little pocket. It's not going to take up a whole bunch of room. You can throw that in your jacket pocket. And this is a super, super nice kit. So I would highly recommend this. Locks good and tight, good and secure there. That is a jewel, guys. I'm telling you, you definitely want to pick up one of those or more. Like I said, you know, if you have an RV and you travel a lot in a mobile home, you gotta have something like that. Glove box of the car, have one in all your tool bags, one on the van. Great, great little thing to pick up right there. Now, as far as the stocking stuffer, it's kind of heavy. It might rip the stocking right off the mantle, put it down in the fireplace, and then it's going to burn up. And then you don't have your Cobalt kit no more. So keep that in mind. All right, guys, let's go find something else. All right, you guys, so here's a couple more of those little Cobalt kits. These things are just teeny tiny little boxes, but they're well made. You are looking at $6.98 on that one, and you can see what's in there. You got a few drill bits. You've got your magnetic sleeve there, and all your Phillips and flathead Torx bits and all that. That's just a neat little kit there. Same thing over here. This one's got a clear lid. It's got a nice impact style magnetic extension here, and then all the bits fit inside a nice, like a, I don't know if that's foam in there or not, but those do hold in place really good. It's got a nice latching mechanism, and it's just a little bitty small box. This one is even smaller than the little ratchet kit, and that's $8.98 just to have laying around the house. You know, if you've got a teenager that's moving out, they're going in the first apartment and they need a few little tools, some of this stuff in the video is going to work out well for them. And what I'm going to try to do, guys, I'm going to go back and watch the video. I'm going to tag the minutes down at the bottom of the screen. You know how it goes along in that red line? I'm going to tag the minutes in the comments below, and it should highlight those in blue, so where you could just tap on those minutes and it'll take you straight to this place in the video wherever the tools are at. So when I start talking about a new tool, I'll tag that. So if there's something that you really want, you could just tell your wife to go to this video, tap on, you know, 7 minutes and 48 seconds, and it'll go straight to that tool. She could come in here to Lowe's, show that to the guy. He can take her straight to where that tool is located. She can get it and be in and out of here. So see, there's those little Lennox screwdrivers again. They've got them out here. A couple of little saws if you like Lennox stuff. There you got all that. Okay, now there was a bit set. I picked up one the other day. Here it is. This is the steel right here. This set right here for a set of Cobalts. Now granted, guys, keep in mind, this stuff is geared towards us HVAC guys. Okay, if you're building houses and stuff, then yeah, you're going to want to get the impact rated stuff because you're using all these bits on a daily basis. You're wearing them out. You want the stuff that's really super tough. This is not really impact rated, but this is a super great kit. 40 piece. You have a magnetic extension. You have all your little bits right here, the 1-inch bits. A super cool little tiny parts tray, magnetic. So if you were working on something, doing a little project, you could just leave this box laying open like that on the ground. You could take your screws out, pitch them in here, and you ain't got to worry about kicking them all over the place and losing them. Or you can take that out, you could stick that in a pocket in your tool bag and have a small little parts tray that doesn't take up a lot of room. So when you're working on your units, you've got your screws right there. Then you do have 4 magnetic nut drivers, 1/4, 5/16, 3/8, and 7/16. So our most used nut drivers, and then some nice little gold 1/4-inch hex style drill bits. and it's in a real nice case. Does have some rubber on it there to protect it. So 40 pieces for $7.98. That is a great deal, guys. I went ahead and picked up one of these just to have some spare bits and stuff laying around. Actually, I just mainly wanted that little parts tray. But then I've got my extra nut drivers, a few little drill bits. So that is a nice kit right there. But you don't want to get that confused. Excuse me. Thank you. You don't want to get that confused with these over here. These are $14.98 and they are 50 piece. And you can see that they're kind of laid out a little differently, but the price on those is not nearly as good. For $7.98, I'm definitely going to snatch up a couple of those Cobalts over there. That is a great deal, man. That's a nice little kit. I like that parts tray. It's very small. And let's see, you saw the video that I did the other day on the 6-in-1. You guys know I love my 6-in-1s. I showed you the Craftsman 6-in-1 that came with the little small one. If you like the Linux stuff, this is pretty good stuff. This is a really nice grip. The rubber is good. You know, that blue is going to show more dirt and, you know, look dirty and filthy. All that white's going to get all black. But if you don't care about that, oh well. You know, this is a 9-in-1 and it's $9.98 right now. Although I have seen those as low as $7.98. So I have seen a better deal on those before. And then there's also, for $17.98, the complete set of screwdrivers there. And those do have pretty nice feeling grips on them. Alright, so there's a couple of Linux options. We're going to head back and check out a couple of more Craftsman items. Okay guys, so here we are back in the Craftsman stuff. I'm not really going to spend any time on all these socket sets, because there's just so many of these things and you're getting up into higher price ranges, but there are going to be some great deals on these things probably after Christmas, because you can see these are just not selling. There's tons of these left and these are great kits. These are really nice cases. They've got some of that, you know, that gunmetal chrome. This stuff is just really nice. The chroming on it is just beautiful. But you can see, you know, the prices are coming down on these, and I really think after Christmas you're going to find some really good deals on these. But I'm just going to really not spend any time on this because I'm trying to gear it towards the HVAC stuff that we're going to be using on a daily basis. Okay, now here is another nice little stocking stuffer. This is just a little tape measure. It's a 9-inch tape measure. You're looking at under $5. You talk about a great gift to give to people. Like I said, the kids, even the smaller kids that are at that age where they really like playing around with stuff. If you got a little boy that likes, you know, measuring stuff and tinkering around with tools, he's got a nice little tape measure there. You know, for the crafty lady that, you know, has a little setup where she likes doing little projects on her own, you can always use a little small tape measure like this. This one's really nice. It's built good. But guys, I've already done the work for you. I've done and bought this and figured out the mistake here, so you don't have to make the mistake. But it has no keychain and it has no way to put a keychain on there. So if you're the kind of guy like me that likes to hang this from a chain off of a D-ring on your tool bag, you're not going to be able to do that with this one. This one is going to be for a drawer or for a pocket kind of storage. No way to put a chain on there, but it does have this neat little feature. There's a bottle opener on there if you look right there. So, you know, if you got the old timer, the grandpa that wears these overalls around all the time, and he's got that chest pocket, and he always has a little tape measure in his tape pocket there, you know, you can just reach in there and pull it out and measure something real quick. He always got a pen and a pencil in there. This would be a great little tape measure for him, and then he could pop open a sody dope or a brewski and enjoy that afterwards. So for $4.98, great stocking stuffer right there. And then this little laser measure, again, remember DeWalt and Craftsman, same exact stuff. This identical tool is black and yellow. You got to go to Home Depot to get it, but it's going to cost you 10 more bucks. Here it's $19.98. DeWalt did package this with a standard, like a 25-foot tape measure, but it was still more expensive. So for $19.98, this is the deal. And this thing is so small. You see how small that is. that's probably 2 inches or so there, but it's going to get you out to 40 feet. So, you know, you're not going to be building houses with this, but that's not what we're doing. If we're down in a crawl space or an attic and we need to measure a length of duct that's going to have to be replaced, maybe some vent pipe on a furnace that's going to have to be cut out and replaced, a drain line that's going to have to be rerun, and you don't want to walk back down to the van and get a tape measure and start straddling joists and, you know, try to not fall through the ceiling, you can just stand right there where the unit is. You can give it a little snap. You can pull up your measurement and, you know, measure over to the wall or wherever that vent pipe's going out through the ceiling, over to the wall, wherever the drain line's going out, and you can get you a quick, accurate measurement with a little tool that you can just keep in a pocket in your Vito bag. That's not going to take up any space at all, and it's not something you're going to be using every day, but if you use that thing 2 or 3 times a year and it saves you a trip back to the van and gets you your measurement, that's worth 20 bucks to me. So that's another nice little stocking stuffer and something that we could find very useful right there. All right, and then I think there's maybe a couple more things over here. Milo's did set this up pretty good where they, you know, put some stuff up for your kids. You know, again, if you got a real small child and they like to tinker around, your son loves playing with your tools, or when you're cleaning up your tools or your tool bag and he's always interested in wanting to play with the screwdrivers and stuff, you got these little kits over here. I mean, these are great for little kids, and they can build their first little project. They can put a little race car together. You know, your kid might grow up to be an engineer and design all those frickin' furnaces that drive us crazy. So anyway, that's a neat little deal for the kids. Here we are, you know, back over here at this set. That's a, you know, Cobalt, they've lowered the price down really good on some of these things. I mean, if you pick up one of these for $8, you've got $10 over on that little socket set. Those 2 things alone, guys, you want those 2 tools. And then here we are, we're going to end up back here at the Craftsman that I did the video on the other day. You have a 6-in-1, but this is actually a 7-in-1. If you look right in there, if you can see that cutout right there, if you pull the shaft out of this screwdriver, you can use that handle and that hex right there with that slot to open and close saddle valves on your water lines. Oh, how about that? Mind blown. That is great, so you don't have to bust them fingers up on those humidifier saddle valves. I know Joe up there in Canada could use that because he is the humidifier man. But you get your free little screwdriver you saw earlier. That was $3 just by itself, and that is very handy. That's actually very well made. I was surprised. The cap comes off the bottom, it snaps onto the top so you don't lose it, and then vice versa. This comes off and snaps down here. It's got a pocket clip. You can keep it right in your pocket. It's a good size. It actually does fit in your pocket. And then you've got all your little Phillips and flatheads. And again, this is going to be perfect for the teenager who's out in that first apartment. They're going to need a screwdriver around the house, you know, for little odds and ends. And, you know, that is $5.98. You cannot beat that deal right there, guys. So anyway, guys, like I said, I'm going to try to put tags down below here in the timeline, so you'll be able to go down to the comments and just tap on right at the location of the video where I start talking about a new tool. So, you know, I hope you stuck with me to the end here and watched the whole video, but then when you go back, then you'll be able to save some time just by tapping those tags. And like I said, you know, if you want to show your wife or your girlfriend or somebody a tool that you want, she'll be able to pull that video up and just hit that time and, you know, come in here to the store and show the guy and just walk right over here and grab something and get out. So there's one last little deal there, $14.98. If you like this type of ratcheting screwdriver, it's got a free little magnetic pickup tool in there, all your bits. That's not too bad there. So anyway, guys, I want to thank you one last time for watching my videos. I really, really appreciate it. Thanks for sticking with me. I know I don't do this stuff perfect. I don't go back and edit all this stuff. The mistakes stay in there. I don't say everything perfect, I don't do everything perfect, and I don't claim to be perfect. But I hope that's what you guys like about my channel, that I'm just one of you. I'm just a blue-collar guy. I'm out here doing the job, and that's how I'm going to try to keep my channel. I don't want to get all fancy with editing and stuff blowing up on the screen and doing all kinds of stuff. So guys, thanks again. Leave me a comment below, like and subscribe. You all have a Merry Christmas. Be safe out there, and I will see you next year.